What? That was a swear button.
He's deep cover. Last I heard, he's tracking.
Yeah, last I heard he was 3 over par.
Last I heard, it sounded like someone torturing kittens.
Last I heard, my gym makes money.
I heard 5.
You heard wrong.
You heard him. Those were his last words.
Last I heard, he'd been defeated again.
Last I heard, Joe coaches women's wrestling.
POTUS is awake?
Yeah, last I heard.
I heard that.
Last I heard he lived around here somewhere.
Last time that I had heard, you had,
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Last I Heard podcast. I am Lee Dempsey, joined once again with 1/3 of the Gridiron Gang, Josh Winch. We're missing Travis today. He's got a birthday party he's got to attend to at Chuck E. Cheese, so he had to miss today, which is sad because what of a game the Packers had this last week in Week 5 that was going to be comical for his reaction.
Seems a little coincidental to me, if you ask.
Yeah, right.
I had something come up at the last moment. I'll be slinging tickets and buying ring pops. Won't be able to get my weekly dose of criticism.
Yep, absolutely. Lots to get into. A lot of news this week. A lot of injuries happened. Some major ones. Some major players. Crazy games to review. I feel like with our pick'ems, we didn't score nearly as high as we usually do just because we had some wild outcomes. Updated power rankings we'll have, and of course new pick'ems, including our locks of the week. So to get right into it,
Newsflash, asshole!
we got some news here. So Justin Jefferson hits the IR officially today. He will miss the next 4 games due to a hamstring injury. If this wasn't the greatest sign for the Vikings to tank, I don't know what is. The rumors for Cousins trade is really amped up in the last 24 hours, but I don't still really know promising situations. I was happy to see what's his face, Jay Glazer today. I caught him talking about an interview. He was on ESPN where he was saying usually a trade in the last season in their contract, at the deadline, they are traded to a team that is going to give them a new contract. And I was like, that's what I've been saying this whole time. That's why I don't think the Jets are the place to be. You guys shot out the idea of Tennessee. I don't think that's a bad idea. Honest to God, I wouldn't be surprised if the Washington Commanders was a spot for old Kirko. He comes home. Yep. I just feel like there's a few teams out there that could use him and use a guy long term that isn't probably going to break the bank for you. I think he's going to have a contract probably very similar to what his playing ability is. He's kind of the number 10 quarterback in the league over and over and over, just for elite wise. So I think that would be a good fit, and I think they can make it work. But unfortunately, I also heard from Glazer that right at the end of his interview that he was saying the Vikings seemed still interested in Kirk and giving Kirk an extension. So yeah, I wasn't thrilled about that. I was like, how could you fluff me up, make me feel good about what I was saying about trades and everything for so long, and then to throw that bombshell on me where it's like, oh yeah, we might end up with probably 4th pick, maybe better depending, if Carolina wins some games here. To the same old. And all I can think of though is Kirk better take a good discount if he freaking stays. I don't want you to be breaking the top 5 quarterbacks. You need to be like number 10 paid. Understand that, so they can actually build a team and afford a team around him, Jefferson, Hawkinson, Christian Darrisaw that they're going to have to pay. Like there are key players on the Vikings that need to stay. And sorry, Kirk, you're just not the number 1 guy for that. I think we extended Hawkinson, which is huge, even though he's been kind of playing pretty poorly. I would say the last few weeks, a lot of butterfingers on those hands, it seems like. But Jefferson needs to be locked up for sure. Like he needs to be their biggest get. Everyone else will be like, what we need to do first. All right. So when he's done, when the king is done, then we'll get the rest of you guys. All right. Like everyone should understand that.
Pound sand until we sign him.
Exactly. And like, I want a Justin Jefferson jersey. I'd hang it up. I wouldn't ever wear it. I'd hang it straight up. I'd probably get like the best version you can get of it. I'll put some money down on it if he stays. If he doesn't stay, I'm not gonna waste my money on a jersey that is just another.
There's no way he leaves. No way.
I feel like he can't. It's like I don't know. Everyone's argument is just like, what does he got to stay for? And I was like, even if like he says he likes Kirk, which he could genuinely like Kirk. I don't know, or maybe he's just saying that. But to leave, I don't know.
I don't think this is such a
another game.
This isn't the NBA either. This is not a player-run league. It's a organizational-run league. Like I can't think of many that have gotten. Even look at Jonathan Taylor wants out. Yeah. I mean, that was very, very public outing on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up working on an agreement, signed a contract, came back. I mean, it's very difficult for an organization that wants the player there. They got the franchise tag. They can do it again. I mean, they can really press the value and say there's no value. There's just so much I feel like they do to retain these people, especially one like JJ. You don't let them walk.
Right.
I know I threw this out there I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago too. Team that would make sense, I think, for Kirk is Atlanta. I threw out Justin Fields' name. After the way he's played these last 2 weeks, I doubt that they are looking that way. Although they will have some high picks. I still think it's Kyler Murray makes a ton of sense there too. But how Ritter's played, and then they have Drake London and Kyle Pitts, who are going to be nearing contract talks or extensions. Both high picks, obviously, that they're going to have to figure out what to do with. That you probably want to put your best foot forward to understand the value of those individuals. Plus, obviously, just give yourself a chance to win in a weaker division. Right. I think that could kind of make sense. But I'm with you. Like, if I'm the Vikings, fuck even winning a game from here on out. Seriously, just what's the point? Your best opportunity to get JJ sucks for fantasy football owners, but if I'm JJ and I'm the Vikings, what's the rush? Sit out as long as you want, and we lose games and we get a higher pick and we get a better quarterback, and then next year you come back and kick ass with this new quarterback and start from fresh. And you're the veteran teaching him and helping him along, and I think that's the route you should take. And if I'm the Vikings, that's the best outcome for the season. Get a high draft pick, get a good quarterback, second round, go offensive line, bolster that, and then go defense the rest of the draft. I mean,
100% agree.
Exactly 100%. What it should look like.
Yep. And I swear to God, if it's not, I want Kwesi out.
Yeah,
Kwesi needs to get the fuck out if you do that. Like, so far, he's drafted one good player, Jordan Addison. Otherwise, everyone else has been an absolute bust. They've made no effort in this last offseason to bring anybody in. So it was just kind of like, I feel like the writing's on the wall. Either you're rebuilding and you know the direction you want to go 100% and you're going with it, or you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just like there can't be any middle ground at all in that. I just feel like, I don't know, if things don't work out this next offseason between extending Jefferson and getting a new quarterback, or at least if you're extending Cousins, putting money into that offensive line and defense and really giving her hell, then you're out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, I'm not going to wait around for you to make mistakes. Like I think it's like Kevin O'Connell is, I think he's like 5th best odds to be fired this year. And I'm like, that's not the problem. His coaching's fine.
Yeah.
It's the team around him that's not great. So
I like him a lot as a coach.
I do too. I think he gets fired up. I think his players respect him a lot,
Mm-hmm.
from what I hear. And I think
he-
he honestly has good plays, and he plays aggressive enough, like when it makes sense. Like, I guess I didn't really mean to go into game reviews yet, but like the Kansas City game, it's very aggressive, and I was very happy about that. Like,
The fake.
fake punt.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit, how many times they went for it on 4th down? That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I thought they did
He was looking
great.
like me and
Honestly.
Madden.
Yeah, yeah. It was like, who's right again? Like, I don't even know who the punter is. Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome. Other news, James Conner is out. Who else we got on here, Winch?
Elijah Vera Tucker for the Jets, their best offensive lineman, probably.
Yep.
Out for the year. That was a big one for the Jets. That sucks. They cannot stay healthy in their offensive line. Who else got? Vaughn Miller got cleared but didn't play this week at all. I think that's it. Maybe I'm missing someone. No, Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah, Anthony Richardson.
On
Yeah.
IR today as well. So he'll be out a minimum of 4. Minshew, great backup. I think they're in a good spot still.
Yeah.
I'll be really curious how the Zach Moss, Jonathan Taylor thing plays out. JT obviously coming back. I didn't expect him to get a ton of carries, but very minimal in that game. I don't know what he ended with. A couple 6-8 carries, I would guess, max. Zach Moss looked like a boss, though. So their offensive line is much improved. Obviously, they're just going to lean on those two and play action with Minshew Mania and roll with that for the next few weeks. Kind of a rough start to Richardson's career, to be honest.
Yeah, man. He's finished 1 game.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, 1 game.
Terrible.
That's availability is key.
Yeah, it's like, and he's a good player when he's playing too. Like he looks good out there, but yeah, that like inability to finish games out is
that's not good.
Terrible for the stock, terrible for the fans too. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of them, see some light for the first time in a while to get JT back, and
it looked good last week. They're like, oh, we got a running back. Anthony Richardson coming off that game. We didn't win, but we were close versus the Rams. It was like a lot of excitement in Indy, but that went out the window fast. But
they got some bad luck over there.
They do.
David Njoku's face. I saw a picture of that today. I tweeted that out. He looked like the spawn of Satan. That looked terrifying. I still don't know exactly what happened. I just know it got burned. That's it.
I don't know either, but that looks brutal.
It's insane. It's like a fireball. It's like his grill blew up in his face or something. Like that's all I can imagine. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's sad. Crazy. That's never gonna look the same.
No, right.
Yeah. Former Miami guy too. It's got to feel for those boys. He was having a good season last year. Watson likes his tight ends, so that one hurts Cleveland, and hopefully he can recover and get feeling better.
Should put to the tight end thing for massage guy. Yeah.
I didn't think of that. It's a good one, Lee. Dad joke there.
Yep.
Tight end.
I don't think I use that rim shot one very often too.
That's good.
That's pretty nice.
The right button and everything.
Yeah, it actually was up on that first screen for once because I know that's what. There's too many. I wish I saw them all at once. Then it'd be so much easier. Speaking of Miami, brother, all over social media. I didn't really hear about it. I followed you a little bit, and you're talking to Brad during the game.
Yeah, I don't.
You want to walk us through?
It's still hard for me to talk about. It really is. I don't
blame you.
I don't think I've ever experienced sports heartbreak more in my life. Ever. Period. Just because there was so many things that had to go wrong, and they all did. That's the hardest thing to swallow. And it's the hardest part about it is like you just keep reliving it. You're just like, why? I mean, I don't want to waste the whole show talking about this, but I could. First of all, you just take 33 seconds left. You just take the knee. If you don't know, I understand, but you have 2 timeouts. So if you didn't know, your offensive line coach is telling you to take a knee. OC made the play call from what I see on social media, but Mario did the right thing afterwards, told everyone he made the call and it was his fault. And yeah, that's what a good head coach should do. But doesn't matter. Should have took a knee, first of all. But they typically don't, reflecting back and looking at all the games they played this year. They've been up. They won every game leading into this game. Never took a knee once. So maybe that is a thing. Anyway, there's talks that they want to get the running back 100 yards because at 99, who gives a shit? That I really hope that wasn't the motive. Number 2, running back got 7 yards, so mission accomplished if he did want to get 100. He ended with 106. Ruled a fumble on the field. The review clearly showed not fumble. I was like, okay, well, I mean, that was stupid of us, but he's down. Like, I can see it. They can see it. Game over. And then they ruled a fumble. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I couldn't even believe it. That was the moment that I was like, we're going to lose. Like, because there was just like this feeling of how did that just happen? Like,
right.
It's kind of like I'm sure when Packer fans felt like the Fail Mary, right? Like, it's like blatantly obvious that it was not the correct call. And you even had a chance to review the call and you still stood by that call. It just, those moments are hard to swallow, I think, as a fan and an observer, to see the same camera angle they get and to understand how they make the decision. I follow every Miami page that I think there possibly is on Twitter, and that's all I see is everyone tweeting at the ACC, and they came out with their response today and like, yep, it was a correct call. We back our officials. You know, what else are they going to say? But it's like, it's not. Everyone's sending them a picture of like him elbow down, ball in arm. What else are you supposed to do? Okay, so that's number 2. Doesn't make any sense. Lastly, and defense balled out in this game. I don't know how many yards they gave up, maybe 250. They gave up 20 points, but the offense, spotted them 14 with the 3 interceptions we threw in that game. So didn't play well. This is one of those games where your team doesn't show up, but has an opportunity to win, should have won. They march on the field in 2 plays, score a touchdown in 75 yards. The worst part about it is they are fucking All-American safety bit up on a fucking slant, and the guy did then run a sluggo for a touchdown. I don't know what he was thinking or why you even come up. If he fucking makes the catch, who cares? The game's over. He can catch the ball. They have no timeouts. They can't spike it. They don't have time. Game's over. And then the fans started throwing trash on the field. I actually thought it was a flag. And I was like, whoa, my God, there's a flag. It's coming back. There was a slight glimmer of hope. And then I just went into like, I don't even know what to do right now. I can't even be like mad. I'm just in shock. Just pure shock. I got like seriously 2 hours of sleep that night. I kept reliving. All Sunday, that's all I was thinking about. Allie's like, looks like you just lost your best friend. Like, that's kind of how I feel. It's kind of how I feel. I don't know how to get out. I don't know how to get over this. But I usually don't. I'll be very curious how the team responds. In past, this would be something that throws the season right in the fucking garbage can. So they have a talented team. They've played well this year. At the end of the day, they're still 4-1, have everything in front of them. They play 4 ranked opponents that really dictate their season. That is their season. They play and UNC this weekend. It's prime time. Saturday night game with Kirk Herbstreit on the call. Next weekend they play Clemson.
Drake May.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So that's a huge game for them. This weekend will be one of the biggest games they've had in the last decade for sure. Just to see how the program responds from this and what they can do. They need to show up and show out. And I hope they play with some anger, and I hope they're pissed off and they show what they can do. That's the response we need to get over it, move on. But so I usually don't buy conspiracy theories and like that the refs are out for people until this whole thing came out, right? And then I texted you guys the other day. I was like, crazy stat of the day. So I saw the my official Miami Hurricanes page. This is how bad it's gotten. Like the one that's fucking run by the university. Tweeted something. I was like, Miami hasn't had an how's it go? Miami hasn't had a holding penalty called against
their opponents.
So like, I don't keep saying this wrong. The Miami hasn't had a penalty called against the opposing offensive line since October 7th of 2017. So in 6 years, they've never had a holding call against the opponent.
What? Holy shit! Dude.
And they say holding happens on every play. I just in this same Miami game, there's a blatant non-holding call against Miami where they scored a touchdown on like a 40-yard run. It was beautiful block. I don't know where the holding was. Typically, I will say it's holding because you could say it on most plays. I saw all angles, didn't see anything, and I saw that get tweeted out. I was like, 6 years? We haven't had a holding call against a fucking opposing offensive line in 6 years? I'm like, that
it's impossible.
It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Holy, that's wild. There's your stat of the day. And I hope that fucking stat changes this weekend and we roll those Tar Heels because that's what I need to get some goddamn sleep.
Well, if Drake maybe ends up becoming the Vikings quarterback next year, I need him to have all the confidence in the world. So hopefully he doesn't get shit stomped. Or maybe
I'd be fine with the high scoring game. I could take like a 45-40 win. I could do something like that.
Okay. All right, I like that. Let's go with that.
That's what it was last year. It was like 30. I don't remember the exact score. It was like 38-31. They won. So that's kind of what I expect. Although both defenses have gotten substantially better than last year. Miami's defense played so well on Saturdays. That's what pissed me off. Is like you can't ask a defense to do more than they did on that game for 59 minutes and 30 seconds. 34 seconds or whatever it was when they got the ball back. But other than that, they balled out. They bailed the offense out. They held a quarterback that was on fire heading into the game. But yeah, I've never seen anything like it, and I hope I don't ever see anything for any team or fan like that again, because what those coaches have gone through this week, I can only imagine. There's people talking fire the coach. I'm just like, guys.
No. Yeah. People who don't know what the shit they're talking about just overreact like crazy. I saw so many different tweets for like the Vikings too, where people are calling for Coach O'Connell be fired. And then there's people who will like back up Cousins like crazy. And they're like, oh yeah, him getting knocked like 40 something times last game. Yeah, that's on him or something like that. And I'm like, one, statistically holds on the ball too long.
Yep.
Two, I saw many times in that game where if he just looked at the read further down the field, he had people wide open. One of them was Hawkinson in the end zone. He had wide open. They settled for a field goal that drive. But to kind of go along with your saying, for the Miami game, like the reffing and the calls, that was the final play for the Vikings too against the Chiefs. I mean, my God, when people talk about the conspiracies that the refs helped the Chiefs out like crazy, there's 3 major penalties that happened in that last play, which should have given the Vikings the ball at the goal line.
Yep.
You know, like there was pass interference. Actually, there's four penalties. I forgot about the one where they completely demolished Kirk's brain on the throw. I don't know how that guy gets up. I think he's honestly the toughest quarterback out there, just because people don't realize how insane he trusts an offensive line that sucks. He will just he's like, I'm getting this ball out, and just boom, his head is gone. But yeah, so that happens. The pass interference happens. Snead taking his helmet off and jabbering at the refs. That's a penalty. which would have been his second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as well. So he would have been ejected. And then there was illegal hands to the face as well, all on one play. There's how many refs on the field, and no one caught any of them except for the pass interference, which then they picked up the flag and were like, no, that's fine. They tell Snead, put your helmet back on. Like, out of all that, they do tell players to put their helmet back on. That's a gray area.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Yeah. I don't think that
But you got 3 other penalties.
Yeah.
You got 3 other penalties. Like, the only reason Addison,
hands
like,
to the face one's fucking brutal too. Like,
yeah.
And the hit to Kirk. I mean, all of them. But it's like,
yeah,
the judge, the guy who always calls holding, I forget what his position is, but you're fucking right behind it. That's your only job, is to watch for holding, hands to the face, or hit to the quarterback head. That's it. That's your only 3 penalties you call. And you missed 2 out of the 3 on one play.
Yeah. That's what I couldn't believe it, man. I was just in shock. And I'm like, I didn't expect the Vikings to beat the Chiefs by any means whatsoever, but I thought they played fairly well. I didn't think they didn't leave receivers wide open like they do a lot of the time. So overall, it was a good game for them. But like at the same time, also didn't really want them to win. I want a top 2 quarterback at least next year in the draft. That's what I really, really want. I'm done with the Cousins experiment. It was a good shot. We tried it. Didn't work. Let's move on. Like, this is what, year 6 with the Vikings. It's like, let's call it what it is. It's not going to get any better. I did see a stat. And I can't remember the exact number, but the win percentage of the Vikings 6 years before Kirk Cousins and the 6 years that we've had Kirk Cousins, and to be noted, we had like 12 different quarterbacks in the 6 years before Cousins. Win percentage was better then than it was now since we've had Kirk. Yep, by like 1%. It's not much, but still not enough to put you over the hump. We won more playoff games before without him. Like, it's just the money is, I think, just the biggest hurt. It's like I get where people said for the longest time that he's not worth the contract that they gave him, kind of thing. I agree with that. But I think they also didn't have any other option at the time. So yeah, that's probably where I'll leave that one. Anyways, let's go into Thursday Night Football. The Bears. Roll the Commanders. What in the fuck was that all about, dude? That was wild. Justin Fields could throw it. He could run it. The Bears looked like a good team.
Not what I expected. Bears defense played really well too. Just one of the worst in the NFL. So,
yeah, man.
Great performance for them. Great win. It's helpful for the Vikes.
It is. I need them to win one more time, hopefully this Sunday.
Yeah.
Over the Vikings. And then Carolina to win.
They'll win 1. They'll win 1 at least.
I need Carolina to win 2, I think. I don't know, because Vikings beat Carolina, so
that's true.
They need to win at least 2.
Carolina, because the Bears have Carolina's pick.
Yep.
So that would really suck, because the Bears aren't going to trade that to the Vikings, and they're going to trade out of it. If they end up, I feel like they would be stupid not to trade out of the first pick. If they want to move forward with Fields, and then the first pick, you got to get a ransom, because someone's going to pay it for Caleb Williams.
Right. That's where I'm like, the Carolina, I'm trying to just think of like, what motive could they have for the rest of the year? Like, they stink.
They do,
but
they'll get a win.
But
they'll get a win.
That's what I think. I think they'll get at least 1 win.
Yeah.
I looked at their schedule, and it is, I think I picked 1 win for the rest of the year. So
yeah,
it's
you never know though. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, they could have one of those games where they just surprise the hell out of you.
I think it would have to happen when Bryce is out. Man, they need the leadership there. But anyway, great win for the Bears to get on the board for the year, and hell of a performance. Not at all what I expected, but
next game I had on the list, I wanted to mention just Jacksonville winning over Buffalo in London. Yeah, great game. And I I said last week, I was like, this is, a sneaky one.
Yeah.
Jacksonville and London is sneaky.
That's their home
And
field.
sure enough, they fucking won. I should have picked them. I didn't. Speaking of picks, we'll get to that later. Pick drama.
You didn't fix it. Right?
I can't fix it. But I still know that I had 9. I had 9 correct.
We'll just look at this.
I have it recorded and I have it written down.
Let's look at this.
All right. I have it recorded and I have it written down.
Anyway.
Dude, I swear it has something to do though with me not even being able to log in this week, because like it was soon as the 3:00 game started, I was like, man, a lot of these noon games went odd, and I was like, I feel like we had a good diversity of picks between the three of us, a good amount of lone wolves out there. So I was like, couldn't remember. I was like, either I have a lot of really bad picks now, or I got some really good ones. So I was going to check. I should have taken a screenshot because it was like, there's no account linked to this email, it said. And I checked for hours. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, whatever, I'll just give it to them the next day. And that's when I looked and I saw that my picks were not in there. They were not saved. And I saved them. I saved them before we even started the podcast. Pretty sure I clicked it again as we ended the podcast, because I even do a pick 'em with people at work. I picked the same exact teams. So I know what I did.
Seems like
you're
trying to bail yourself out there, Lee.
Nope. Travis isn't gonna like it.
All I see is third place. That's for you.
I'm gonna make so many crazy picks for the rest of the year too that there's not even gonna be a question. I'm gonna win by like 18. I don't even care.
Yeah, huge win for the Jags to get back on track in London. Great for them. 3-2 for them. 3-2 for the Bills. I think they'll both be in the AFC playoffs. Going to be some good competition there amongst those teams. I liked what they both did in that game. Lawrence needed that win, man. He played well. Yeah. Good to have Zay Jones back. I think they have a really good connection. Hopefully he can stay healthy now.
Diggs, what did you think of Diggs, man? I mean, I know he's a passionate player and everything, but like,
I feel like
tossing
he's
the talent.
Too diva.
It's like that every week now. It's like if they don't win, he is just like throwing a pissy fit. There's drama in the offseason now every time. Like I think he's just gotten worse and worse. And it's like I get he's probably frustrated
if they move on from him.
That's what I was thinking, man. It's like
Allen loves Gabe Davis. They're like
best
friends.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think they live in like the same gated community or something. They said on the broadcast, but I don't know. I just and he's so level-headed. They're so talented. I mean, just go fucking draft another receiver.
I know, right? I think, I was like, man,
just deal with
Cowboys. Cowboys will take you.
Yeah,
like go play with your brother. I think Cowboys love him. So it's a big Cowboy move. I think
that'd be perfect.
Next, I got Detroit rocking Carolina. Damn,
they look good.
Damn. Detroit looks real good, dude. Real good. All everywhere around the ball.
That Aiden Hutchinson's pick, did you see that?
Yeah. There was a few plays this last weekend were just nasty as hell. That was one of them. Where I think any quarterback would have been like, "Yep, that guy's right there for the screen."
He's fucking rusted outside. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm coming for the sack." Just kidding. Let me throw my hand out there and just pick this off. What an absolute animal, dude. He is incredible. He is that guy.
Great. I love fucking Detroit. I don't even know what else to say.
Dude,
I love him.
I know. That's what
it's so
I can't believe I'm
for
a team in my own division. Like
Sam Laporte, that play they drew up for Sam Laporte, and then San Fran stole on Sunday night.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Shot for shot, step for step, everything. That was perfect.
Iowa tight ends too that scored. Kittle and
Laporte. I didn't even realize that. Actually, I didn't even realize Kittle was from Iowa.
Andrew will say that's tight end you. I'll argue Miami, but
it is
currently. I would give the lead to Iowa as current players, but we had some good ones. Kellen Winslow, Jeremy Shockey,
Or not
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Graham,
Yeah.
man. I mean, there's a lot that have come out. Every tight end that comes out is good, but they haven't used them much this year. So I was on a hot streak, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's why I love Hawkinson, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love him. Indianapolis. Yeah, we already touched on this one. Yeah, Anthony Richardson goes out again. He'll be on the IR. But yeah, Minshew cleans up, does well, gets that W. Or wait, no, sorry.
Titans.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Titans. Then I got Cincinnati. Cincinnati's back. All right, Joe Burrow is back. Jamar Chase back. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because they're playing Arizona. But damn, they look good. They look like their old ways. They look like the team that we've been picking each and every week.
Yep.
I just knew you couldn't count them out.
Yeah.
We had to pick them. I think all three of us picked them this last week because we knew no matter what, they will bounce back. This was that game.
Yep. Yeah, they if you had Jamar Chase on your fantasy team, this is the week you're waiting for.
Yeah.
He said he's always open, and Burrow's finding him.
Your shit.
Yep. Big week, big win for them. And they're not out of it. That division is, with the Steelers win, which I'm sure we'll get to here in a second, wide open for them. They're only a game back. I mean,
right.
So they put themselves in a great position.
I got San Francisco whooping up on Dallas. Dallas looking terrible.
I said lock of the week. Travis watching me. I said this isn't even going to be a game.
No, absolutely terrible. Like
no, not a game. Purdy's fucking great, man. Good.
Yeah,
I love the guy. It's fun to watch. And Kittle, thank you for my fantasy football team, but also just I love that guy too. I like a lot of their team. They're hard workers. Yeah. They fight hard. They play hard. They all work together. A great team. He was back, played well. I mean, they haven't even used Debo that much.
No, they didn't.
They just have so much depth on that team. And yeah, great win. Dak looked like shit. I thought it was pretty cool that I think it was Dante Witter said that Dak fucking sucks on 5 TV. If you didn't catch it.
I didn't.
I thought that was incredible. But it's true based on how you perform.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't never believe in Dallas. And
dude, I think it's I mean, I think I could see a lot of fans the last few years really believe in them. You know, it seemed like they were really doing good stuff in the regular season and then choking in the playoffs. But damn, like this is the worst they've been in the regular season, I think, in quite some time.
Yeah. Speaking of worst, I got to mention this. You were right on the fucking Saints pick. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
The Patriots Saints game, 34-0.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a Bill Belichick team lose? I mean, get their butts.
Multiple blowouts. Multiple.
He is getting destroyed. I don't know if the guy makes it through the season at this point. What?
I know.
What is going on? I mean,
I don't know. Still saying Mac Jones is the guy too. He's like he's the guy moving forward.
34-0. Talking about the Saints. I mean, they do have a good defense, but 0? Can't put up a point?
That's what it's. Yeah, they're the same boat.
What you're known for. You give up 34 to Derek Carr?
Yeah.
I'm like, oof. That's a long week for the Patriots. Long couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they even do, man. That's a team that'll be really interesting to follow this offseason.
Yeah. Blow everything up, I guess.
Like
talk about a garage sale. Like a lot of people have been talking about the garage sales. Everyone like selling everything.
Yeah.
That's got to be the Patriots. I mean, what else? What else do you have?
Yeah.
Next, no, let's do the Pittsburgh game.
That one I got right.
That one you got right. Yeah.
That was probably the only lone wolf I've gotten right this year. I just had a feeling.
Dude, that was a tough game, though.
Well, yeah, they didn't play that well for 50 minutes of the game on offense, and then the last 10 minutes they figured out how to score a touchdown or two.
Dude, Baltimore, what's up with them too? I just feel like they're not impressive at all. You know, it's just I don't know.
They don't have explosion on that team.
Yeah.
Zay Jones, sure, he can juke. The guy's, I think they called him was Dante Hall's old nickname, the juke stick or whatever it was. That's what they're renaming this guy, but he is very elusive. But I don't feel like they're getting like chunk plays. It's like 3 yards,
Yeah,
3
right.
yards, 3 yards, just beating your head against the wall. Their defense played well again. Their defense is outplaying my expectations, but their offense is not. I mean, you got Lamar back there. You'd
Right.
assume they would be putting up 20, 30 a game. They just haven't done it. Haven't had the explosion that you'd expect. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they get back on track, but I don't know. It's always hard to win in Pittsburgh, and that defense is elite.
Right.
Those pass rushers, Highsmith and Watt, just get after the quarterback. TJ Watt had an insane sack in that game. Just when he took his helmet off at the end of the game. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I think I saw a picture with his helmet off and doing his leg kick thing, but I didn't see the actual play.
Yeah, I was sick. He just ripped the fucking lineman's arm off, and then
God, I love that. I love that so much, that move. I remember when Jared Allen used to do that shit. God, I love that. Just swimming
it was
underneath.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Just at a complete angle.
Yep.
Right in there. God, I love that. I don't know why. And last game I wanted to talk about was Green Bay against Las Vegas. Granted, Travis not here to talk about it, but damn, did that look ugly for Green Bay. Like, that was just an ugly game.
Yeah.
Nothing went their way. Love threw 3 picks, I think, that game.
Yep.
His worst performance by far. And yeah, just Vegas too. It's like, I'm not impressed by Vegas. But like, who was it? They had Preston Smith covering Adams on a play, and it was just a meme after that for a couple days. Very questionable things. And Travis, for people who don't know Travis very well, on Snapchat, he has his own rants that he just puts out. He's not expecting a response by whatsoever. And I really should record them every time I see them, so I can post them out here. But just ripping Matt LaFleur a new one. It hates the coaching so much, and he's talking about he's tweeting Matt LaFleur, giving him an F- grade on the season so far. I was like, God, but he's right though. He's had some terrible play calling, and I don't know. I mean, and granted, it came down to a bomb down the field that turned into a pick, but I don't know. It's things didn't work out, and I'm not saying this is the end all be all the Packers. This isn't their MO. This isn't what's going to happen week in and week out. This could very much be a fluke, where we don't see an awful game like that. But man, was it bad?
Yeah. I'm just surprised in so Love's interceptions we'll dissect quick. His first one was probably the worst throw I've seen from a quarterback this year. I don't know how he missed that linebacker. He literally standing right in front of where his vision was. Threw it right at him. Easy pick.
Yep.
Second one, deflection. Probably should have been caught. Good play by the defender. Gets picked. Same linebacker. Third one, hell of a play by a defensive back. It was a late throw, so I guess that's all you can give him.
Yes, it was.
But that defensive back made a great play. Having said that, I don't think he should have had that many opportunities to make that many mistakes, and I think that's probably what Travis would tell you if he's on the show today is you look at the touchdown they scored in that game, and it was basically all they did was hand the ball off to A.J. Dillon for an entire drive, and they scored a touchdown. And I don't think Dillon's the most elusive or most effective running back in the NFL, but he was effective on that drive. And the Raiders' main thing they do with Crosby is get after the quarterback, and the Packers couldn't stop him. He looked like a menace that all night long, but they really found a way to make some movement down the field in that drive, and then they go away from it. I think that's what the problem is they try and get too cute, too creative, It's like just fucking hand the ball off 35 times a game. And then on those non-running plays, do a play action, roll out, allow your quarterback to give some freedom to use his legs. I just think that's the way they got to go. I don't know why they're spread. I saw so many times in that game they're spreading 5 wide, 4 wide, no running back, or 2 tight ends and 3 wide. It's like, what are you doing? Your offensive line isn't that great to hold up against Tyree Wilson, first round pick, and Max Crosby. I just don't. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Defensively, I think they played pretty well. They kept them in the game the entire time. Turned Jimmy G over. They did what they needed on defense. Kept Adams to, I don't know what he had, 3 catches.
Pretty quiet.
Yeah. 3 catches in that game. So that's a tough loss for Green Bay heading into the bye, though. You get to sit on that for 2 weeks. That's tough. I don't really know that they need to go make a bunch of wholesale adjustments or changes. I think the coaching just needs to be much more geared to the players they have in the scheme that they're playing in this year. Is Love's going to have his ups and downs, and Rodgers did in his rookie year too. I don't think Love is not the quarterback just because of the game he played on Monday. I think you look at that, learn from it, and grow from it. But ultimately, it's going to happen. We said that heading into the season. There's going to be games where he doesn't look very good. But you don't have to put him in so many of those situations to learn that in the game where his confidence dips or the team can't perform or win the game. And I think they easily could have won that game.
Right. That's a very good breakdown. Very, very good. I like that a lot. I agree with a lot with what you said. And I didn't really think of it that
pissed
way.
off, though. I enjoy that.
I know that is always a plus. Like I do love to see him rant.
Just the rants are fun to watch.
Yeah. Yep. Travis. Yeah, and he said he'd record a little rant for us to add to the end of this. So let's see if that actually happens. And he sends it our way. Snapchat for some reason is a little hard to record. For some reason, I feel like every time I try to view his videos, it always comes in like the it doesn't show me all at once, Yeah. It's like I see a glimpse of it and then it takes me out and then I gotta click back into it.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know if that's some setting that I have or what, but it's like as soon as that whatever first chunk is done, then it like kicks me out and then I gotta click it. I don't know. So it's hard to record those ones, but maybe I'll check my settings or something and figure out. All right. Power rankings. Let's get in some power rankings. Let's update them. Are you wanting to go first, or otherwise I will?
I got her.
Okay. Go ahead. You take us.
Number 5, I got a new team into my rankings this week. They come out of Motown.
God damn it. I told you not to do that.
I didn't know you had.
It's fine. He's like, before the show, he's like, I'm going to keep them all the same, like, or the same 5. I'm like, all right, good, because I got a new team in there.
I had to.
Oh, bitch. All right.
Dan Campbell, boys. He's biting kneecaps, and he's in my 5th spot in the power rankings. Love what he's doing. Love the team. Competitive as hell. They work their asses off, and they've built a really cool culture there. Goff's never played better in his career, and I like what they're doing, both offensively and defensively, playing complementary football in a weaker division this year for sure. Should allow them to get a very strong record heading into the playoffs. So number 5, got Detroit Lions. Number 4, falling down a spot in my rankings this week, are the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't love them so far this year, but it doesn't mean obviously they got the best player in football. Write them off. I think they'll just coast and kind of get through the season, as I've mentioned on previous episodes, similar to like a Golden State style. Get to the postseason, then turn it on. For the love of God, though, can you get one running back and one wide receiver for fantasy purposes? It's only a request. I don't know. They didn't play that great on Sunday. Vikings did perform well. You got to be excited about the Vikings' competitiveness in that game, fighting up until the very end. Number 3, the Miami Dolphins, coming in at 3. We didn't touch on this one, but Sunday they had the 2 fastest recorded times so far this season. HA broke that 75-yard run, I think it was, for a touchdown. And then Tyreek Hill broke his speed like 3 plays later when they got the ball on that little quick pass. Crazy. I love watching them. So fun. Tyreek just fucking left one of the corners jog straps on the Giants on the field on his up route, and when he was wide open, 2 hit him. But they're just so fun to watch. They get Jalen Phillips back this week, who's their best defensive lineman from the Canes. And I think they only ascend from here. So I like the Miami Dolphins at 3. That would put the 2 undefeated teams left at the top of my power rankings. And I'm going 49ers 1. So this is the Philadelphia Eagles right here. They did enough to win the game. A.J. Brown's coming on for him, so that's good for your fantasy owners, but also good for Philly. Get the Slim Reaper a chance to breathe a little bit. Like what they're doing. The brotherly love or the tush push continues to work anytime it's ever used. Jalen's a beast. It's hard to bring down. They haven't really run this much this year. So that's a good thing to keep him healthy heading into the second half of the season, which I think they're a great team. I think they'll only get better week over week, and I like Sirianni a lot as a coach. And it's a good organization, and they've always drafted well, and it's showing on the field. Number 1, undoubtedly, San Fran. Best winner of the week, best team of the week, best.
Oh, Jesus, voice is gone.
I'm so excited. I've been losing my voice all week. I told Allie, I'm like, we'll see if I can make it through. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
I'll let you take a drink there. Yeah, so mine's pretty close to the same. All right, so I got number 5. I got the Lions. They just look like a very well-rounded team. Like you said, that culture there is really paying off. Like what MCDC has built is really showing this year, and I think it's really one of those where it's like, if the playoffs started today, I'd be like, you know what? I think they're a good threat. Like they're not going to be one and done in the playoffs, kind of thing. Like they'll go far. Number 4, I do have the Chiefs dropping down 1 spot. Mine as well. They're one of those teams right now that, like you said, they're doing enough to win, and they'll turn it on when they need to. But their record still shows that they're the great team that they are. Number 3, I got a little different here. I'm still including this team, even though I don't think they fully deserve it. I have the Bills. I think the Bills here. I still think they can do enough in the as a playoff team where they'll win and dominate a team. It's those sneaky little losses that they're taking where are the only reason that they're really not higher, because I think their ceiling is high. They're just not at their full potential. Number 2, I have Miami, going up 2 spots. I think they're a bounce back team after that Bills game, so they can still dominate those okay teams and those bad teams. The great teams that they play against, like the Bills, yeah, they took that loss, but I still think that they can do some serious damage when they need to. And the number 1 is obvious, but I do want to address that the Eagles are off of this team because I think that they are off of my top 5. It was really close to keeping them on again, but I picked the Lions over the Eagles purely because I'm thinking of like one-on-one battles, and I think a really good defense would shut up the Eagles. I think they would struggle against a very, very good defense. So I would like to see them play more competitive teams along here in the future. But like I said, before the season started, they got a cakewalk of a schedule. So they probably won't see a great defense really until the end of the year in the playoffs. So that's why I let them off. They could easily come back. And number one, obviously, the 49ers. They're dominant at every position, every side of the ball. They're just the most well-rounded team by like a mile to me. Like there's no one's touching them. I would pick them to be 17-0 this season for the rest of the year because they look that damn good. And I probably will. I probably will pick them every single week. And I don't think we shouldn't. I don't like when we do lock of the weeks that are dominating teams like this. But here's your lock of the year right here. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to win the Super Bowl, barring injury. So yeah, and I don't want to wish that upon them, but that's been their Achilles heel, you could say. To that franchise is just quarterback injuries. So, anywho, let's get into them pickings, boys.
Wait a second.
Hold on. Yeah.
That's got to be a bold top 5, Lee. I don't know any top 5 that doesn't include a 5-0 team.
I know, right? Undefeated team. But I tell you,
I do like your rationale.
It's a cakewalk of a schedule. You're not playing anybody that's worth a damn to me. Yeah. Your division is back to NFC least again. It is. Like last year, it looked very strong, that entire division. And now I'm back to everyone sucks.
Yep.
The Giants suck, the Commanders suck, and the Cowboys suck. So you're going to go 6-0 right there. There's not a chance you lose one of those division games. They're just playing layup teams. It's disgusting. So, yeah. I knew I was going to catch some flack. 5-0, I get it, but that's why I said they're the bubble to the top 5.
Yeah, I get it.
I want them to play a team that's worth a damn. I keep getting stupid pop-ups on my screen about verify this program. Okay. Pick'ems.
You need help logging in?
No. So, yeah, there was that little mishap. I really don't understand what the fuck happened because I know I fucking clicked it. Because I made my picks before the podcast even started. So I was like, I got to save them.
Do you want me to read off the rankings right now?
No, because the updated rankings that should happen right now, because right now I am last by 3 picks, right? Travis has 51.
Sad. You didn't save an entire week.
An entire week, all zeros.
And
that's what
and you're still you're still only 3 games behind me.
That's what I thought. That's why I was like, I could still at least come back, even if we didn't.
You could.
But yeah, I have the podcast recording itself, and I have my notebook with my picks in them, so I know, like, no matter what, the website itself to record our picks was simply so, one, there would be no question of what the accuracy was at the end of the year. We'd know the number just logging in. And 2, just easier for me. I don't need to keep track of it. So now, of course, I need to add 9 because I got 9 correct, which puts me updated, tied with Travis at 51 correct picks so far. So Travis is going to love that. And Josh at 45. So you got some ground cover. I think you're actually, I think you're one, maybe you might be the same distance as it was from you to Trav last week.
I think you're right. You just gained some ground.
Yeah, I gained 1 game. You were the same. Travis was, I guess, basically the same. So I'm up, tied for there. So, okay, let's go into this week's speech. Yeah, I figured New Orleans would win over New England. I did not think it would be nearly that score, though. I thought it'd be a low, slow, bad game. Anywho, this week 6 in the NFL. Let's get to these picks here. I have already, I saved this one already.
I'm trying to do mine right now, so I can have them locked before you change my mind. You can keep going though.
I think it's stuck. What the fuck? Closed out of the thing. All right, wait a second here. Hopefully I didn't just close. the wrong window. Hopefully, uno momento, folks. Okay. All right. Yeah, it is saved. Okay. So yeah, week 6. All right. So we got Denver at Kansas City. This is going to be an absolute layup once again for Kansas City. 28-10. They don't even need the refs this game.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll go 30-13.
30-13. Okay.
AC. I'm not probably going to watch
Next,
this game because I don't want to see fucking her name up in the booth ever. So probably won't be watching any Kansas City games.
no,
until
it's
they
so
break up.
annoying. And the fact that they brought that up during the Viking game too, it's like right away. Who was
Well,
it?
now she's on the fucking plane, so it's like, yep, she's going to be at every game.
Yeah, well, she wasn't at the Minnesota game, but they're like they made a big deal out of it. They're like, no, folks, she's not here, and like went around, showed girls with like custom made jerseys
Oh, yeah.
with like Swifty on the back. I'm like, dude, whatever. I don't know, just sure. Anywho, Baltimore at Tennessee. I'm gonna give Baltimore a bounce back. I think it's one of those teams where I think I have to keep picking them every single week. It's kind of like the Cincinnati. I believe they can win any week. Basically, Tennessee is always a question mark. So I got Baltimore 28-13.
This is the London game too.
Oh, this is London too. My God, I didn't realize we had so many London games so early on. Yeah, you're right.
8:30 Sunday kickoff.
Holy crap! 3 weekends in a row. London.
Yeah. I'm going to go Baltimore as well. Tennessee, I think, has won 2 in a row. That sound right? No, they're 2 and 3. Anyway, I don't know. I don't trust Tennessee. Think Ravens need it. Yeah, give me Ravens 24-20.
Okay. It's funny because that's what I got for this next game. The Commanders in Atlanta against the Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons just mostly because, one, it's at home, and 2, Washington looked terrible, and I don't think they have anything on their team to change that to enough to bounce back, I should say. So I'm taking Atlanta 24-20.
Yeah, I like Atlanta as well. I think last week's win was a real big win for that team against Houston, who has obviously come on strong as of late. CJ Stroud did a great job getting them into position, got them the lead, and then Atlanta drove down and kicked the game winner. Big team win for them at home. Commanders coming off a tough loss. I could see the Commanders pulling this one off this week, but at home in Atlanta, I'm going to give them the slight nod here. I'm going to go 21-17. Hot Atlanta.
Nice. Next game we got is Minnesota in Chicago. No Justin Jefferson. Addison and KJ Osborne are really going to have to step up in this game. However, I think Chicago's feeling hot. They're feeling good coming off that win. They've had a little extra rest there. And just for the sake that I want Minnesota to lose, Chicago, I'm picking you 31-17.
Yep. I'm going to also go with the Bears. I think losing Justin Jefferson's a big loss for, obviously, Minnesota. I do think Osborne will die. And I also think Addison will well. Good opportunity for both those guys. Having said that, I do think the Bears come in with a lot of momentum off of last week's win. The week prior, they probably should have won. So they've had some games where they felt really good over these last 2 weeks.
What are you doing? Are you tapping or something?
Can you hear it?
I was like, it sounds like crazy.
Oh, that's good. I was just running around the room. I'm running around. You're running around.
Running around.
So, yeah. I'm going to take them to win it's in Minnesota, right?
No, this is in Chicago.
Oh, even better.
Yep.
Let's see. I didn't write this one down, but I'm going to go with 27-20.
All right. Yeah, that's probably a closer score than what mine is. Next we got Seattle Seahawks at Cincinnati, getting them Bengals. I'm really pulling that Cincinnati is back. Because Seattle is a team that I could see winning this game, but I'm still pulling for Cincinnati, still pulling for Burrow and Chase. So picking Cincinnati 24-21.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest game of the week for me to pick, honestly. You wonder, is it a 1 week thing for Cincy? The Seahawks are coming off the bye. Oh, this is tough, but I'll ride the Bengals' coattails because I think they need it. This is an absolute must win for them this season to get to 500. Game at home, you gotta fucking pour everything into this game if you're Cincy. So because of that, I'm gonna take them in a very close game. I'm gonna go. Let's see here, 24-23.
Ooh, very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game we got San Francisco in Cleveland. Cleveland's defense, yeah, pretty good, but that offense not looking great. Deshaun Watson is questionable for the game, and PJ Walker, I believe, is projected to start over what's his face, who started last time. Yeah, so that's not a great sign. And plus it's San Francisco. So San Francisco, I got winning 34-6.
Give me them 48-0.
40. We are projecting the biggest blowout of the season.
I just have zero confidence in the Browns without Watson.
Yeah,
it was brutal watching them 2 weeks ago. I don't know why he's not playing. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
Man, that could be turned out to be the worst trade of all time. It really could.
Classic Browns thing to do. It seems like, it's like, especially when they were up and coming, and I still think they do like that defense is good.
Yeah, like if Chubb's healthy, that defense is so good, so good.
Yeah.
They're top 5 defense in the NFL for sure. But they can't do shit on offense with Watson, and now you're gonna put in PJ Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
And I wonder.
Good luck versus San Fran.
I wonder if Cousins could go to Cleveland.
No way. They can't give up on Watson.
Yeah, it would be too early for all that money.
Yeah, all.
That'd be funny though. And it seems like Cleveland thing to do.
That
Some
would be a
drastic
Cleveland thing to do.
Yeah. Up next we got Carolina at Miami. Yeah, 0 chance here. I think I got another blowout posted here. 35-13 I got for whole Miami.
That's a great score, Lee. I think that's probably pretty accurate. I'll go slightly less. I don't know. We'll go 30-10. This is not the game the Carolina Panthers win.
No.
It's not it.
Yeah.
It's not going to help your draft stock there, Lee.
Okay. All right. Back from the technical difficulties. Where the hell were we now?
Jags Colts.
Jags Colts. Yeah, I picked the Jaguars, 2017.
I will also take the Jaguars. I think this is where they start to get on a little bit of a run. Last year, if you remember right, they came back from London, and that's when they got on their end of season run. Obviously, winning 2 overseas, coming back. I like them to win this game without Richardson at quarterback. I think it'll be a closer game. I'm going to say 28-24. The Jaguars get the win. Go to 4-2 on the season.
Nice. All right. I am pulling up my picks on here just so I don't possibly screw up the recording somehow again. Okay. Next one I got New Orleans at Houston. New Orleans, I think, is going to have another one of those down games. I don't think they're going to come off a Patriots game and pull off another one. Houston, I think, is pretty damn decent. So maybe not a playoff team this year, but I think they're going to look decent in that division. So give me Houston 19-17.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Our first difference here, Lee.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the Saints. They showed me something last week, albeit against the Patriots. But both sides of the ball looked impressive in that game. Kamara's back.
That's true.
Looks like a big part of that offense now. Michael Thomas is rolling a little bit. Like Derek's Carr performance, and most importantly, I like the defense to give CJ Stroud his first pick in this game. Give him a little bit of trouble. I think New Orleans is always a defense that makes it complex on quarterbacks. Because of that, I'm going to take them to win on the road in Houston. I'm going to give them 24-17 win.
All right. Moving on to New England at Las Vegas. New England isn't showing signs of life, so I'm not going to give them any chance. And with that being said, I still think it's going to be a very low-scoring game, very unimpressive game, and I'm going to take the Raiders 13-9.
I love that. Back-to-back discrepancies here, Lee.
Whoa!
All that trash I talked about the Patriots, I didn't feel like the Raiders really did anything to win on Monday
I know.
night, and that was at home. So I don't know, man.
I know.
I feel like
the
Patriots have to win this game. They just have to. I'll probably be wrong, but I'm going to stick with them to give me a 13-10 win.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Barn burner.
Yeah. Next game we got up here, Arizona at LA, the Rams. The Rams show that they're a good team. They're a good team. Probably a playoff team. I don't know.
Coop's back.
Coop's back. Puka Nakua still fucking doing his thing. Was it Kieran Williams? He's good on the ground. Yeah, they got something solid there. Nothing incredible yet, but I'm still gonna pick the Rams to win this game 32-16 over Arizona.
Yep, I like the Rams to win as well. They've been pretty impressive this year, better than I expected so far. And this will help them obviously get back on the track after losing last week to the Eagles. I think they're going to win this one 28-17.
Okay. Next game we got up here, Philadelphia Eagles go into New York against the Jets. Eagles, once again, getting a pretty easy game here lined up for them. So, yeah, I'm taking the Eagles 24-10.
I like that score. I'm going to go Eagles 28, the Jets, 10.
Okay. All right.
I don't like the Jets offense at all.
No, it's
Brees Hall showed something last week, so he'll get a touchdown. Maybe that's the touchdown they get.
And this next one here, Detroit at Tampa Bay.
Detroit basketball.
This is my. Oh, it doesn't work for some reason. Lee's lock of the week. Yes, Detroit. Yeah, you can easily beat Tampa Bay, right? Tampa might score a little bit. I think they're gonna get 19, but Detroit will prevail 35. That offense is something. So, yep, that's my lock of the week right there.
I love that. It's a good pick, Lee. I will go Detroit as well. 31-13.
Okay. Next game we got New York Giants go visit old fellow New York Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I think the Bills should win this handily. The only good New York team there is. Let's see what we got here. Buffalo, I got 28-10. I think Danny Dimes is questionable, the neck injury. So with Saquon back, they probably get a touchdown.
Yeah, you can hit that button for me.
Oh yeah? This is Josh's lock of the week.
I think coming off that loss last week, they're going to be pretty motivated. Playing probably what I would say is the worst team in the NFL. So second weekend in a row, I've said that. Danny Dimes don't matter if he's there or not.
True.
Might actually be better if he's there.
Tyrod Taylor is, I think,
Yeah,
projected to start maybe. So
I'll take the Bills 35-13. I think they take a little bit of the anger out from last week.
That's fun. I like those games. And then our final game, the Monday night game, Dallas in LA against the Chargers. Chargers better not fuck this up. I swear to God. Don't make it some bad coaching decision in the last 10 seconds that's going to ruin this and have Dallas look like they're back. But I got the Chargers winning 34-28.
Yeah, this is the hardest game for me to pick. It's I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
But I do think our boy Brandon Staley will fuck it up. And because of that, I'll take Dallas 31-28.
Whoa!
Yep. Everything I said earlier about shit on him, it's true. But Staley likes to lose these games.
Yes,
the ones that you think they should win at home, big game. I just don't trust him enough.
No.
But I do hope you're right. I really would love the Chargers to get this win. Prove me wrong. Because this team has been on the verge of doing something for the last 3-4 years, and they just cannot stay healthy. They cannot win a playoff game and get on a roll. You can't ask for more talented roster than what they have.
Yep.
So, having said that, I'm going to say the Cowboys sneak one out, get out of there with 38-28. 31-28.
Okay. A close one.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Chargers game.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up this week. The week 5 review, week 6 preview. The Last I Heard podcast with the Gridiron Gang, 2/3 of it at least. So yeah, hopefully we can get Travis attached here. Hopefully we can get this podcast out tomorrow. I'm gonna try. It's always tough when we do Wednesdays to get out on Thursday, just for editing purposes. So yep, I'll try my best. Remember to like, and follow, rate, review, and most importantly, share with your friends the great content that we build. And if you want to buy some Amazon merch, we got links in the bio. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube now. That's been on. We've got 3, 4 episodes, 5 episodes, I guess, on YouTube now. So yeah, give those a shot. You can watch. And that's the last I heard. Peace.
Peace.
Hey everybody, it's Travis from the Gridiron Gang. Just wanted to go over the Packers-Raiders game and give an analysis since I couldn't be on the podcast last night with Josh and Lee. Hopefully it went good for you guys without me and interrupting probably every 2 seconds and screaming and yelling. But here goes a little rant from Monday night's Raiders-Packers game. So first of all, Jordan Love did not play well. We saw that. It is what it is. He's going to have up and down games. I'm not too worried about him yet. He's had 3 good games, 2 really bad games, and, well, I'd say 2 good games, 1 game, and 2 really bad games. So the other night, obviously, 3 picks. Can't have that. You cannot do that. On the flip side, though, The offensive line has been a train wreck. No one expected this offensive line to be this bad. Even with our subs, we thought we had depth. Clearly, we do not have any depth. No one had an answer for Max Crosby. He was just let loose all night long. You try to put tight ends on him. You're trying to chip him. You're trying to do everything. And he's just like, get the fuck off of me. You're a little rag doll. They just threw everybody around like a little rag doll. Worst guy on the offensive line, though, has got to be Josh Myers, man. That guy is horrible. I saw a couple videos where he's trying to block someone on a screen, and he just looks like Madden, where he just misses all the defenders in front of him, and he just goes to the next level. Like, what are you doing, man? I don't know. I don't get it. So that's a big, major red flag from the Green Bay Packers, is if they can't get that offensive line figured out, this season is not going to look good. Right now, it's already not looking good. But overall, that offensive line gets an F right now. And I don't know what is wrong with Yosh Nijman, but he should be playing. He can't be any worse than Rasheed Walker. I mean, that guy is... bleh. Hopefully we get Jenkins back next week and he solidifies some of that line. But the next thing is I see all these problems, right? So why does Matt LaFleur not see these problems? Why does he not call a game better? Why does he not set Jordan Love up for a little success? Set his line up for a little bit more success when you know you can't block. You need to call plays that are quick. Quick. Where's the quick slants? Where's all those? I just don't understand it. I really don't get it. I don't understand any of the game plan. Obviously, Aaron Jones didn't play, but we still ran heavy. But A.J. Dillon, I mean, he had his best game in 2 years, but it wasn't the greatest. Like, yeah, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Like, it's not going to really do that much. We need a faster guy to be running that rock. Get Wilson in there. Patrick Taylor just got released. He's not going to be a Packer anymore. I think his time with the Packers is over. So there's that as well. But give the ball to Wilson. Stop giving the ball to A.J. Dillon every fucking time. I'm sick of it. And as far as Aaron Jones goes, why did you play him last Thursday when he wasn't healthy? Makes no sense. I swear, the incompetence by this coaching staff is unreal. And I'm kind of over it. Matt LaFleur has shown me that he cannot be a leader of men. He has no answers for anything. He looks like a scared little kid when he's on the sideline every single time he is shown. I just don't get it. I don't get it. His scheme is not good. I'm not seeing anything from this scheme where I'm like, oh yeah, that could have been great. No, I don't get it. Now, as for that last play, Christian Watson was open. Jordan Love, you got to hit him. We could have still won the game as shitty as we played. We still should have won that game. But Jordan Love didn't see him right away, threw it way too late, and then Christian Watson decides, I'm not going to jump for that. Why? At least break up the pass. I mean, do something. That was terrible. It just, I don't know. But guess what? I'm still excited for next week. Can't wait to see what we got. I mean, every week is a new week, and it's always exciting to see something new from Jordan Love. And I'm still on board. I want to see him grow and do some good things, and I'm not worried about him yet. Accuracy is a little bit of an issue, but hey, hopefully it'll come. Josh Allen had the same problems, so hopefully it'll come. It's going to be a good bye week for the Pack, even though having 11 days off, they looked really bad. Now they're going to have 14 days off, and they're going to go play against the worst team in the league. So if they lose against Denver, that's a wrap for the season, and you can expect pink slips for Matt LaFleur and Joe Barry at the end of the season. They're not going to get fired during the season, but if this continues and they don't have an answer, yeah, they're gone, and I'm okay with it. But there's that 5-minute rant from Travis Rankins. Have a good day.